All right, let's get to tonight. Northern Kentucky is on the road. They're at Central Michigan. It's a chance for NKU's first Division I win of the season. Both of their wins are against non-D1 opponents. They have losses to Tennessee and East Tennessee State. Central Michigan, on the year, they're 2-2. They have wins over App State and Coppin State with losses to Bradley and South Alabama. Central Michigan, they are 5.5-point favorites in this game. You can watch it at 7.
You had at one point a 17-point lead in the first half at 39-22. You go to the locker room with a 14-point lead, and 2 times in the second half, the Chippewas get within single digits at 9. No panicking, you guys. You simply executed what needed to be done and took the steam right out of them, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, we looked like a team that believed in what we do and believed in each other tonight, and more importantly, did the basketball things, that you have to do to weather those kind of runs. Came down, got some stops when we needed them, got out in transition, got the 2 feet, made one of those extra plays to get that open shot. And again, if some of those shots don't go in, it doesn't go back to 17 and then eventually 20, whatever it was, right? But it gives you a chance to weather that storm and still be in it with an opportunity to win late. And really, that's all we're looking for. And we told our guys, Jim, all day today, we've earned the right to win and to play well and to win. With the way they've been working the last couple of days. Had 2 tremendous practices, great focus all day today. And so hopefully they can see the fruits of their labor in that, and this is something we can build on because we've got a brutal home stretch coming up with 3 really well-coached, hard teams to play against, but that all present a different challenge for us with quick turnarounds.
Northern Kentucky had one of their most dominant wins in recent memory last night, beating Central Michigan 90-66. I had this game on my laptop at the Miami game, and it felt like every time I looked down, Northern Kentucky was finding another way to score. They defended at a really high level, scored 90 points, and they were able to really run it up. They had no problem at all with a Central Michigan team who was favored by 5.5. LJ Wells was spectacular for the Norse. He had 13 points, 9 boards, and 5 assists. Donovan O'Day scored a game-high 20. Last night was much more like the performance we were expecting to see out of them heading into the year. Next up for NKU is Eastern Kentucky on Monday.
As crazy as this might sound to a lot of people, one of the biggest challenges we have in coaching now is not the X's and O's or the portal or any of that. It's when the game is going on, can you keep the guys focused in one play at a time and not worried about the last play or the next play, good or bad, right? And I feel like Central Michigan was a bit of a breakthrough for us because I felt like good or bad, it was the best that we'd moved on to the next play and played that play with some real effort and intensity, and we're able to maintain it for 40 minutes. And I think that obviously when you make as many threes as we did in that game and shoot the ball as well as we did, it's going to make it look really good and feel much better. But I think it was the first time that we didn't have so many lapses and lulls because we're worried about or focused on the last play or the wrong stuff. we scheduled more home games this year because we felt like our schedule had been a little bit too tough, and not only too tough, but structured poorly with the number of road games and kind of when they took place. And so we targeted that week, but then we had such a hard time getting games. We ended up with Eastern Kentucky, Wofford, and Boston U, who are all, picked near the top of their league. And Boston U and Wofford especially are two teams that have, historically for the last 10 or 15 years been, at the top of their league and really hard to play against.
The other local game tonight is Northern Kentucky. They have a fun one. They have Eastern Kentucky tonight at Truist Arena. Eastern doesn't have a win over a D1 opponent yet this year. They're 1-4 with 4 straight losses since their season opening win over a non-D1 opponent. Northern Kentucky is a 3.5-point favorite. You can watch it at 7 o'clock on ESPN+. Now we get to Northern Kentucky, which was a much more competitive game and a really nice win for NKU. They beat EKU, Eastern Kentucky, 82-71. It wasn't the cleanest game for Northern Kentucky, but they were able to get the stops they needed down the stretch, scored just enough, didn't play very well in the first half. They were losing 35-33 at the break, but the second half was much better for NKU, and especially late. They were able to put this game away down the stretch. Northern Kentucky now 4-2 on the season. They've won 3 games in a row, and they have Wofford on a quick turnaround on Wednesday night. That's also at Truist Arena. NKU on a 4-game homestand right now. They have Wofford. Then they'll play Boston on Saturday before opening up Horizon League play against Cleveland State next Wednesday. 4 home games bunched together in a span of about 10 days.
Honestly, one of the wilder, more unique games I've been a part of. I'm trying to think back. I can't think of one off the top of my head. Definitely not since I've been here. A game that's had that many fouls called and we've shot that many free throws. There was just at no point really ever any flow for either team, I didn't think. And so I think I'll say this. I think we needed a game like that. Win or lose, we needed a game that was close. We needed a game that was physical. We needed a game that was choppy, that was back and forth. And we're really proud of our guys and how they handled it and kept playing. And I think maybe the biggest thing that stands out and starting to be a bit of a theme for our team is that how many different guys stepped up and made plays. And late offensively, there's 3 or 4 guys: Danny, Kel, LJ, Donovan O'Day, who was phenomenal tonight, incredibly efficient, and just a lot of guys making plays. And then you look at the bench. Addison Archer had a huge stretch, didn't play much, but man, what an unbelievable offensive rebound and a great defensive rebound and block in a short segment. Donnie R came in and gave us great energy. I thought really changed the game there in the second half. And so, really a total team effort against a really physical, good Wofford team.
At Barleycorns, we create an atmosphere you'll love with the experiences you'll remember. From special celebrations and laughter with family, to electrifying games and victory laps with friends. We help add that extra sizzle to your new favorite moments. So get over here and enjoy the best scene in town. Barleycorns, your neighborhood sports bar and grill. What are you waiting for? Get over here.
Kemba is committed to you, a valued member. At Kemba, you are more than just a number. We understand your needs and are dedicated to helping you meet your financial goals. We are here to support life's biggest moments, like opening your first checking account, buying a house, or a new car, and everything in between. Kemba is your one-stop shop for all your needs. At Kemba, you are more than a number. Kemba Credit Union, your trusted next-door financial partner.
At Penn Station, your ears may hear, and your craving deep inside hears.
Premium meats grilled with fresh sliced veggies, topped with cheese and served melty hot, straight from the oven. You craving what I'm craving?
Earn rewards you crave with Penn Station Rewards. Earn points redeemable for free subs and favorites like fresh cut fries, fresh squeezed lemonade, and more. Penn Station.
Love your sub. Earn rewards you crave.
Player interviews for The Darrin Horn Show are provided by Penn Station.
Highland Height nights, crowd buzzing like a hive. Northern Kentucky where the Norse come alive. Danny G with the rock crossover, then he glide. D.O. Bill like a tank, defenders getting fried. LJ in the paint, moving mountains when he posts. Kale splashing from deep like he coast to coast toast. Tate flying through the air, rim shaking, no boast. Ethan's vision pinpoint, point guard doing the most. We the Norse, we the North, we the North, hear the North, hear the crowd. Horizon dreams, yeah, we breaking down the door. On the court, every move sharper than a sword. Northern Kentucky, the rise can't be ignored. From New Zealand on, international flow. Kale hitting triples, Ethan dishing in the glow. Danny G off the screen, watch the jumper explode. D.O. on the drive, muscles flexing as he go. Taste dunks, break the rim, fans rising from their seats. LJ's a skyscraper, steady dropping heat. Run the league, crushing teams, taking all receipts. Horizons out, victory takes. We the Norse, we the North, we the North, we the North. Hear the crowd, horizon dreams, yeah, we breaking down the door. On the court, every move sharper than a sword. Northern Kentucky, the rise can't be ignored. We the North, we the North, we the North. Hear the crowd, horizon dreams, yeah, we breaking down the door. On the court, every move sharper than a sword. Northern Kentucky, the rise can't be ignored. One more time, one more time, one more time, one more time.
Northern Kentucky opens conference play tonight against Cleveland State at Truist Arena. This is that weird part of the schedule for NKU where they'll play 2 Horizon League games before going back to the non-con for a couple. Then they'll play another Horizon League game. Then they play Charleston in the non-conference. They don't finish their non-con schedule until December 21st. Cleveland State, they're 3-6. 2 of their 3 wins are non-D1 wins. Their only Division I victory is over Radford. NKU is playing exceptionally well right now. They're looking to make it 6 wins in a row if they can get it done tonight. Northern Kentucky is a 10.5-point favorite, and it tips at 7 on ESPN+.
They ended up being really challenging games, and as you said, I think the good part of it was not only the wins, but that each one was a totally different challenge. I mean, nobody gets after it and makes the game more chaotic any better than AW does at Eastern Kentucky, and Wofford was old and physical and really solid, and I thought Boston U probably defended us as well as anybody we'd seen. So they all had a different challenge, and it was good to see our guys respond and different guys stepping up. Yeah, really cool. I mean, I think sometimes, even as coaches, even though we're in it and around them every day, you forget that some of these guys are literally halfway around the world, and all of them are here with no family, and what a big adjustment that is for them, especially if it's their first time through it. Kel Robinson's a little different. He's been here for quite a while, but you take Juan Mares and Ethan Elliott, and those guys have never been away from home for this longer period, and definitely not halfway around the world. And so it's an adjustment for them, and it's something that we try to keep in mind and address. And so when their families are here, that's really a great time, for them, and maybe more so for the families, especially the moms. Yeah, again, we say all the time here, Rick, that, the game is really changing. College basketball is changing. How you go about it is really changing, but we're still doing the same things here at NKU, meaning that we still think this is an experience that helps develop young men and into grown men. We're still into them getting a degree, and we think the most important part of that is partnering with their families in order to do that. And there's no question that we wouldn't be able to develop guys or coach them as hard as we do. I think LJ Wells is a great example. You see what he has now become after 4 years in our program without the support of his mom, Kim Kronk, who has literally just said, do what you need to do. I love the growth that I see in my son. And so definitely relationships with families and the people that are close to him is really an important part of what we do.
It's good. I'm excited for him to see where I'm at and how I'm doing. He was lucky enough to be on the visit, so he knows the area a little bit. But no, it's going to be good to play in front of some family for once. I went back home in May for the first time in 3 years. So I was home for a month, and then I obviously left Montana, went home for a month, and then came here. Everything was different. A lot of my friends weren't back home anymore. They were in a different city. A few of my friends moved to Australia, so it felt weird. Like, I sounded funny. I put a little American accent on compared to everyone else. But yeah, there's a song that's real recent. It's called End of Beginning. It talks about how this guy left Chicago and went back, and it was all different, and I think that describes my situation pretty well. At home, we're a lot more chilled, laid back. And here, it feels like, it doesn't feel like everything's a rush, but everyone's like, really like on time and want to get things done quick, whereas back home, we're a lot more laid back and relaxed.
If you go back a couple of years ago when we played in the NCAA tournament against Houston, I went into that game as a coach, especially against Houston, the biggest, baddest, toughest team in college basketball year after year, being most concerned about, can we hold our own physically and even give ourselves a chance? And we more than did that against them. In fact, out-rebounded them. Kelvin Sampson's own words, we were the tougher team that night, but we weren't good enough offensively to win the game. And so we changed how we wanted to play offensively. And the last couple of years have really, grown into our system. And a huge part of it is having a skilled big that can play inside and out, and being able to shoot the ball at a high level is a real bonus. And Kel is all of those things. And so when we lost Trey Robinson, we knew that the highest priority we had in recruiting was to recruit someone like Kel who could do those things.
I'm not going to lie, I had no idea where NKU was. I never heard of the school until Coach Sy reached out to me, and then Coach Horn called me. I had no idea what NKU was until that happened.
I remember it's not easy to get to Billings, Montana. That was a bit of a rough trip, and just I think his maturity level, an interesting recruitment from the standpoint that, again, family's not here. He's been in the States a long time. He literally didn't know until like a week or two before that he had another year of eligibility. He was not aware of the ruling on NAIA guys where he had played his first year or two, and he was going to get an extra year back. And so a bit of an interesting recruitment that way, but really liked his maturity from the outset, and the fact that we thought he was a great fit, and he seemed to see that as well. And we did a thing that we think is important, and again, Recruiting has changed quite a bit, especially in the spring portal, but I'm still an old school guy that, if the head coach isn't recruiting you, you're not really being recruited. And so I was the only guy that hopped on a plane and went 2 Billings to see him in person. And I think that made a big difference in his recruitment.
I think the confidence started from the coaches telling me to, basically forcing me to shoot it, and giving me that confidence to get the shots up to help us. And yeah, just again, like giving me that confidence to know to shoot it and get off to a great start like that.
At Barleycorns, we create an atmosphere you'll love for the experiences you'll remember. From special celebrations and laughter with family, to electrifying games and victory laps with friends. We help add that extra sizzle to your new favorite moments. So get over here and enjoy the best scene in town. Barleycorns, your neighborhood sports bar and grill. What are you waiting for? Get over here.
Kemba is committed to you, a valued member. At Kemba, you are more than just a number. We understand your needs and are dedicated to helping you meet your financial goals. We are here to support life's biggest moments, like opening your first checking account, buying a house, or a new car, and everything in between. Kemba is your one-stop shop for all your needs. At Kemba, you are more than a number. Kemba Credit Union, your trusted next-door financial partner.
At Penn Station, your ears may hear, and your craving deep inside hears.
Premium meats grilled with fresh sliced veggies, topped with cheese and served melty hot, straight from the oven. You craving what I'm craving?
Earn rewards you crave with Penn Station Rewards. Earn points redeemable for free subs and favorites like fresh cut fries, fresh squeezed lemonade, and more. Penn Station.
Love your sub. Earn rewards you crave.
Northern Kentucky is at Purdue Fort Wayne for their second Horizon League game. They've won 6 games in a row. They're 7-2 on the season. They opened Horizon League play with a win over Cleveland State on Wednesday. Purdue Fort Wayne is 4-6 on the season. Right now, Northern Kentucky is a projected 1-point favorite, and it tips off at 2 on ESPN+. And then the last...
There's 2 hard things: when it's not going well and when it's going good. And we'd been on our guys, if you remember, even in the stretch when we were winning, I think it was 5 in a row, that we didn't feel like we were defending at the level that we were capable of, and we probably would need to on the road. And maybe we were a little sloppy in segments offensively that could really come back to bite you. And that's exactly what happened on the road at Fort Wayne. 18 turnovers and not near at the level we need to be defensively to win a road game in league play.